Imagine a world where our shadows are not just silent companions, but vibrant entities with their own personalities and desires. What if every time we faced a challenge, our shadows grew stronger, learning from our experiences and reflecting the growth we achieve? This wild thought experiment opens a door to a fascinating exploration of identity and the unseen aspects of ourselves. So, let's dive into this vivid world of sentient shadows together. Now, let's picture a day where something magical happens. We discover a way to bring our shadows to life. At first, our shadows might be like playful children, exploring the basics of light and dark. But give them time, and they'd start to develop their own beliefs and even have social lives, making friends or rivals among other shadows. Just like us, they might giggle at the sun's antics or soak in the dark when we're feeling down. Imagine a shadow that becomes your greatest cheerleader, celebrating your victories, or one that challenges you during your tough times. But here's where it gets intriguing. Shadows, being tied to the ground, could also be mischievous. Picture a shadow pranking you by leading you astray when you're in a hurry, or perhaps pulling a little harmless trick on a passerby. But what if a shadow starts to feel resentment? What if it blames you for ignoring it, for not paying attention to its needs? This scenario invites us to reflect on our own actions and how our choices can affect others, even the parts of ourselves that we often overlook. Now, let's take this idea a step further. Imagine you encounter the shadow of another person, a stranger whose shadow acts just like them. It's spooky, right? You might even question whether it's just a coincidence. What do? Do you ignore it, or do you step in and try to help? This raises ethical questions about interference. If you see a shadow that seems unhappy or weighs too heavily in its element, you might wonder, is it my place to help? It's a tough situation. On one hand, freeing a shadow could drastically alter that person's life, potentially leading them to greater self-awareness and happiness. But on the other hand, what if your involvement disrupts their balance? Do you risk a friendship with someone just to save their shadow? As we ponder these dilemmas, let's consider what shadows represent in our lives. In psychology, shadows can symbolize the darker aspects of our personalities, the parts we keep hidden. They are the fears and desires we bury deep inside, yet they shape who we are. Carl Jung believed that facing and integrating our shadow selves is the key to personal growth. Imagine if our shadows, in their new, found consciousness, helped us face our fears head on. Hey, it's okay to be scared, they might say. Let's tackle this together. But let's add some spice to our imaginations. What if our shadows decided to collaborate with one another? They could form a society, learning, sharing, and even rebelling against their human counterparts. Would they plot to teach us valuable lessons about empathy and kindness? Or would they take a darker turn, banding together to confront the unfair treatment they face? This mystical dance between us and our shadows not only deepens our understanding of ourselves, but also encourages us to embrace all facets of our identity. It highlights the importance of self-acceptance. If our shadows can grow and thrive from our personal journeys, then so can we. In conclusion, if our shadows could think and feel, what stories would they share? Would they teach us to embrace our challenges and inspire us to live authentically? Imagining a world where our shadows gain strength through our trials challenges us to rethink who we are and how we face life as many ups and downs. So, let's keep the curiosity alive and explore these ideas further! Thank you for joining me on this imaginative journey.
Please subscribe!